Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Yahweh. Yahweh been the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai been the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now we're in the time where you got war, pestilence, and evil increasing, and the prophets is prophesying these things as they come to pass, like the war in Ukraine, the war in Israel, the economic war with the BRICS, trying to dollarize the pretty much globe with the U.S. dollar and put their dollar over America's dollar. And so you got all of this, the food shortages where inflation is rising, and all of this is coming to a point where the beast, who is a nation of Edom, they're gonna realize that they coming to an end of their kingdom, and that they have a short period of time to rule, and then they're gonna try to get rid of the nation of Israel to try to offset prophecy. And to do so, they're gonna lock down the society where you got to pretty much go against God to survive, and it's gonna be them or the Most High. Those are gonna be the two choices, and our people don't realize that they are still in slavery, and a worse slavery than it was in the beginning, because these Edomites, they are increasing their the slavery situation, because their kingdom is falling. They're not at the height of their kingdom. They're at the bottom of their kingdom. Their kingdom been decreasing. The money value been decreasing. And so our people are in total confusion in that point. And let me get a verse to go along with that. And second Esdras, Salakia. Second Esdras chapter 16, and show how our people, one of the main reasons why our people in deep confusion, and and how they gonna snap out of it real soon. Let's see here, verse 21 of Second Ezra 16. Say, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. See, I went to McDonald's last night. These people got a fish sandwich meal for $10. See, back in the day, or before this the pestilence hit the earth, these people was getting a meal from McDonald's for $3, $3.99. Shoot, Burger King too, across the board. You can go to a restaurant and get a sandwich, some fries, a drink, a snack on the side for less than $5. But now these people coming out spending phone bill money. See, they spending $20, $30 and don't have no kids with you. See, well, you got to get everybody a meal, and sides and drinks and all that stuff. You spending $50, $60, man. You might come out spending $100 if you got a big family, just off one drive through the people's store at McDonald's, one of these fast food restaurants. So at one time it was so cheap upon the earth, but now, see, we seeing that it's not cheap. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So this is what's been growing. And it's grown so much that we are at the height. That's why in January they saying people gonna become members of this BRICS situation. It's gonna kick in the full gear. And then you gonna have famine, and not just famine where the inflation is a problem. It's gonna be famine where food is gonna be scarce for you to even find, because if they over there with the BRICS dollar and America got their little funky dollar that's 55% less, they not gonna be able to get no food, man. They not gonna be able to trade with these nations for food with that raggedy dollar. That dollar gonna mean nothing. So now it's gonna be famine hitting the scene. That's why in verse 22 it say, "For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine." See, they're not gonna be food around for these people to get especially so cheap like it was before this pestilence hit the earth. It says, "And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy." And then when you go into the curses, this is why I said in the beginning that they not realizing that they in hardcore slavery under the Edomites. Deuteronomy 28:48, it say, "Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies which the Lord shall send against you." See, the Lord sent this nation against the nation of Israel. That's why the Native Americans had to submit to the so-called white men. The descendants of slaves had to submit to the so-called white men. And that makes up the blacks, the Hispanics, and Native Americans, the descendants of the slaves. They all had to submit to these people. And the first thing that you don't have to worry about is hunger. The top of the list is going to be the food that you put in your body. That's why you have obesity is one of the big problems in America. See? Because this is one of the key things that people live on, man. It says, "And in thirst, mode putting something in your mouth, and in nakedness." See, the clothes that you wearing, and in one of all things, "And he shall put a yoke of iron upon your neck." See that yoke? Now, when it comes to the hunger situation, it's gonna evolve. Now, when you go into Revelation 6, that yoke is going to evolve into a whole nother situation. Here in verse 5, it says, "And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he sat on him with a pair of balances in his hand." Now we go into that balances real quick. Now when you go into that balances, that pair of balances, it says a yoke that is put on a cattle. How are they gonna put this yoke on the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? See, how are they gonna put this yoke? They're gonna make it where these people need this yoke to go into their grocery store and get some food, to go to whatever place that they supplying the food, because they're gonna have to go in to this enemy nation. They're gonna have to go to this enemy nation, Salakia, to get their food, because they're gonna be in want of all things to this enemy nation. And when they go into this enemy nation, they're gonna have to present this yoke. See, they're gonna have to present this yoke to them so they can get some food. And this is how these Edomites is gonna set the situation up. And they setting this yoke, they putting this yoke upon the whole world. See, that yoke is going on the whole world. Go to Revelation 6. While I'm on this, I'm gonna use this. Verse 6 of Revelation. It say, and I held a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat for a penny. A penny is going to money. See, you're going to need some money to get that food. And 3 measures of barley for a penny. See, money for food. So that yoke is going to be dealing with the money. What kind of money is you going to need to get this food? So when the brick situation pop off, they coming with, we want this money to be where these Negroes got to put it. What did it say? In verse 5, that they gonna need this pair of balances, this yoke. They gonna need this yoke to get some food. And so, and like I said, pair of balances in his hand. Because this is one of the ways that they're gonna try to put it on these Israelites. And 66% of them gonna fall for the situation. See, 2/3 is gonna fall for the situation, and they gonna go with their slave masters because they don't know they're in the worst slavery. They don't know they're in the worst case. Now let's go back to the scriptures. See, Isaiah 30. I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. See, these people trust in the so-called white man. See, they gonna trust in him, and he gonna give them an ultimatum where they got to put this thing in them, this yoke in them, to buy or sell something out their stuff. And they gonna fall for it. Verse 3, it say, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. See, they gonna realize that this situation that they trusting in is gonna be their shame. They gonna realize that this man gave you something that's gonna kill your behind. That's what Revelation 16:2. See, it's gonna be their shame. It say, and the first went and poured out a vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast. They gonna realize that, hey man, this dude done gave me something, and they gonna be ashamed when this grievous sore fall on their behind. See, and that's just gonna be the first initial situation. You get to Revelation 20, or is it 19 and 20? Yeah, 19 and 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the first prophet, the false prophet, that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them. See, they gonna be ashamed because he deceived they behind. That had to receive the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. These both were cast alive into the lake of fire burning with brimstone. See, they're not gonna die and then go down into the lake of fire. No, they gonna be alive, and that lake of fire is gonna be the nuclear missiles coming from Russia, Iran, North Korea, China, places in Africa. Even the NATO is gonna turn on these dragons here in Babylon the Great America. See, when this dollar get attacked by these other nations, see, they gonna realize that these other nations, I mean, America ain't nothing. And America was the one trying to bully and cause all the problems in the world. And that was leading the world to destruction. And then they're gonna see all heck is breaking loose in America when America pretty much try to go digital and separate themselves from the other people in the world. Cause see, that's a major situation with that BRICS thing, because if they cut America off and America go independent, and when these other nations, especially NATO, is depending on America, major problem. But anyhow, the grand finale, when you jump up, it's gonna be the grand finale. Verse 19 it says, "And I saw the beasts and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army." Because when they come against the Israelites, the Lord is going to come against them. He's going to bring his army. Verse 12 of Revelation 11 saying, "They heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them." So that before the enemies get to the Israelites and get rid of them, the Lord is going to come with his army, and he's going to rescue the Israelites. He's going to save the Israelites. That's what Yahweh Shah means. He delivers. He saves. Yahweh Shah in the Paleo Hebrew. See, this is what his name means. This was his purpose, because the sins of the Israelites put them into slavery. So this is why he's saving them from their sin. This is what people ain't understanding. It's a twofold situation. Their sins put Abraham into slavery, saying, "She shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins." See, because their sins got Abraham thrown into slavery. When you go into Salakia, Daniel 9, was Daniel 9 and 11. It says, "Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by the pardon, that they might not obey your voice." Okay, so the sin. Therefore, the curse is poured upon them. Slavery. This is what he's coming to save them from. And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. See, the sin is what he's saving them from, but the sin caused the curse, the curses to come on them, slavery to come on them. And this is what a raggedy Christian can't understand. A slow-bellied, slow-minded Israelite Christian cannot understand this thing, man. He is not talking about he's saving somebody from their sins, man. The sins wasn't the focus. It was because the sins created the slavery, where he gonna have to save them from that slavery. Because they're in the land of their enemy, surrounded by their enemies, and the enemy got the power to starve they behind out and to kill them. And he only gonna come save those who believe the truth. But I'm gonna leave it there. All praise to. But you know what? Let's get Luke, because we want to get it in the New Testament, and Luke be the grand finale. Luke 1:74, just to get straight to the point. It says that he will grant unto us that we, being delivered out of the hand of our enemies, might serve him without fear. See, that's what he said when he saved us from Egypt. Let my people go so they can serve me, man. But he's coming to deliver us out of the hand of our enemy. In verse 71, too, it say that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. See, saved and delivered. This is what Yahweh Shai means. He's gonna save us from our enemies, deliver us from our enemies, not just from the sin. The sin is what caused us to go to the enemy. And so people ain't realizing that. But I'm going to leave it there. All praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, and Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.